Hey folks, welcome back to Failure at Retirement. The guy's outside on the porch of the YouTube studio today because the paper wasps have just arrived en masse. Like, it's horrible. Can't hardly stand to be inside. The whole inside of the building is buzzing. That's how loud it is, how many are in there. So, enough of that. What I'm here to talk about, I found a Smith Miller on Marketplace and went to snag it up and turned into more than just one Smith Miller truck. So that's a good time. I haven't found a nice toy haul in a while. This is a fairly nice haul. So let me get this camera turned around and we'll brave the wasps for a couple minutes to show you what a guy's got. Hang tight. Okay, so here's what a guy found. Uh, saw the one truck on Marketplace, this one with the black fenders. Smith Miller, LMAC, pardon the wasps. Paper wasps are a thing for failure this time of year. Anyway, this LMAC, it's, I'm going to say version 2, um, about 51. Doesn't have the braces in the bumper here. Actually, neither one of these. And neither one of them has the skeletonized frame here. So probably 51 if I remember right. But I saw this long frame one on the Marketplace, went up there to pick it up, and the guy says, "Do you want to see my other stuff?" And I'm like, "Hang on, I didn't know you had other stuff." And he says, "Oh yeah." Starts dragging out some like 70s, 80s Tonka stuff. I'm like, "Yeah, no." And then he drags this out. He says, "What about this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, yes please. I'll take that as long as we can agree on the price." And then I think next he drug out this Dopke fire pumper. So I have a bunch of Dopke toys. You guys have seen them before, but I've never had a fire truck. They had this and a ladder truck. Really like this pumper. I think it might be seized up, but I think this is actually a pump. I got to figure out how that works and see if I can free it up. Steering works on these because Dopke did such an amazing job on all of their toys. Missing the hard lines or hoses or whatever went in those racks. Other than that, it's in pretty nice condition for failure. I think it's supposed to have a cover on here, if I remember right. I'm going to have to figure that out too. And then finally, he drags out this carry car. So this is a lumber carrier. Um, Back in the day, they used these in the sawmills and some big lumber yards to move units of lumber around. This thing is actually four-wheel steer. You can see the steering wheel go when I turn the wheels. It is, however, unfortunately, missing one wheel and the whole assembly that goes with it. I've already looked it up. I know I can get the assembly reproduction. Still working on the wheel. I got to see if I can find the wheel. But I've been looking for one of these for a long time. This is actually not my favorite model. There's two different ones by different companies. I like the Heister one better, but this is very cool too. So super happy to have that. So yeah, just a quick little Marketplace toy haul. Now I have two pumpers, so happy about that. Two more Smith Millers. Not quite sure what we're gonna do. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I gotta go over to the shop and get something, and I'll show you what I might do with this one for the time being anyway. Hold up. So this has been in a guy's toy junkyard for roughly a year, and as you can see, it's in pretty poor shape. And this is part of the reason it was in the junkyard. It came to me as a trailer. Had I believe, I know it had the rear axle assembly on it. I took the axle, wheels, and tires off for another project a long time ago, but I just took the actual carrier off. I kind of think it also had the front axle on it. Don't remember for sure. I think I've already used those parts as well. But where this actually goes is right there. So this was a lumber truck, and Failure has this come in two versions, a green version and a red cab with black fender version. So that's what this is. This would have come with this exact bed on here, just a little simple wood frame. Actually, I was wondering about this when I grabbed it off the bench. I'm going to have to correct myself on this. This actually, they used essentially the same part for it. This was actually a tanker truck. So, well, I guess now a guy's got to find a tank. The tanker trucks, it was a mobile truck. Now, this here was probably a lumber truck. But this wood, I see it now. So the lumber bed has three little notches on each side for the rollers for the lumber. This one doesn't have any roller notches. And then I was thinking, while I was bringing this over here to film it, it's got these two bigger holes here. And what I was thinking is, I've never seen one of these with the bigger holes. I wonder why that is. And then I got to wondering, in the 2 minutes it took me to walk this here, I wonder if this had a tank on it. So they made a mobile tanker. It was an oval wooden tank that evidently had a pretty big screw in it that held this part and the tank to the truck at the same time. The lumber trucks, that's not a through hole. The wood screw just goes into that wood only, just a short screw, but this is set up for a much longer screw. And then those also had the trailer. So this would have been the trailer for that tanker truck. But it's a semi-matching patina until such time as I'm ready to restore this truck completely. That little wooden body will probably just stay right on there. And I don't know, since I don't have the red and black lumber truck, that's what I'll probably restore it to eventually. All right, so probably enough babble. I'm going to get away from these wasps. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time on Failure at Retirement.